Hello, this is the intro. This channel will be focused on level 2. It will be explaining chart patterns to some degree, but if you do not need that, you can always skip to the point where I am watching the level 2. I do copy my trading style off of Warrior Trading. It works. So, hello, this is the beautiful breakout on Jan that we had today. I will be taking a trade right before the $half breakout. So the actual $half breakout and then the $half hold. Both work out pretty well. So we're watching, it just breaks over this 440 level that it was struggling about. I think I just sat back down, so I was a little late. Um, so we're pulling back to 40. Let's watch level 2. So I'm going to click buy here when I see the strength that I feel like I should see. So it's kind of still deciding. Now we're starting to see strength, and I click buy there at 45. Let's see how it handles it. Pulls back to 43. 43 is now my stop out. And we take profit over 54 or over 50. So let's watch it back. I'm going to show you guys how it looks like on the level 2 once again and tell you kind of what I'm seeing. Hopefully I can show you. So we break over 40. Had a high of 45. And now we want to see if we can figure out some sort of micro pullback on below the high of 45. So we can kind of base out and then look for that quick snap through 450. So the high of 445, we start to pull back a little bit. It's a little questionable. We're not basing out yet. We pop up to 42. We're starting to see bid support, but the red on the tape, we're selling pretty hard. But all of a sudden, when you start to see, what I noticed there is 40 looks like it's about to break, and then bids show up out of nowhere. So it looks like there was an invisible buyer, and then bid support showed up at the exact same time. So pay attention to this pullback under 40. Oh, I went backwards or something. All right, so here's a pullback under 40. Now we pop back above 40. Now watch this red on the tape, and it looks like it's about to break 40. Wait for it. There's red on the tape. The bid size was coming down, and then look at that, so close to breaking, and then it's like almost an invisible buyer. Some might say there is a visible buyer. So I noticed that, and after I see this fail to break 40, I know it kind of double bottomed around 40, and we're seeing that like bid and ask start coming together, and we're basing out around that strength around 40. So that gave me the strength when I see all these bids in this green on the tape to click buy. So bids showed up there, and clicking buy at 44. So I click buy at 44, 45, get filled there, and then we get to move out to 48. And how does stopping out work when you're this? If you look at how overextended we are in the 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, still pretty overextended. How do you stop out? So after you click buy, you wait for the first pullback. Here's the first pullback. It goes all the way down to 443. And then this is your stop out range. It doesn't always work perfectly where you stop out on the penny. Like in some situations, it might snap under 43, and then you have to give it just a half a second, maybe a second, to see if it wants to quickly get bid support back at 43. But the general rule is 43 is your stop out zone. So here's 43, and we never test it again, and it snaps through. So I take profit as it breaks. Now watch this. Can it hold? It's already holding, so I can click buy already. So let's see. I guess I'll play it backwards, but or I'll play it again. But here are the key levels. It breaks through 50, 45, and slows down. So sometimes you wait for it to break through 454, and then it'll snap a little bit more. But in this situation, it snapped through. I already took profit, and sellers were showing up at 54, and then also another seller showed up here at 55. So I know this is our wall. So this is our next entry point. So I could, if you want to, see it visually, this is now a breakout point. And the breakout point happens in this situation if it can hold the $half. So this 455 breakout point really is only applicable if it holds the $half. So let's see what happens as it tries to pull back. It already hit this wall. Remember that, it's already hit the wall. So how does it pull back? It's pulling back, but it's already, you see, It's like it tried to pull back, but immediately green on the tape, like a whole bunch of green, and bid support started showing up. So I was in late. Yeah, so I got in there at 60, and then I try to sell, and I realized I should probably cancel that as quickly as I can because this was actually an incredibly strong bounce. I think this was just when I tried to sell, it was just like me like locking up profit because I'm still a rookie trader in my own right. So I should have been just I should have never tried to sell there. So, but let's see what happens. Luckily, I didn't get filled because that's such a blessing that I did not get filled. So watch this, and we're right up to 89 and 80. So I get filled at 96 there. So it's such a blessing that I didn't get filled at 470, but it was an incredible breakout. Um, but let's play that back at the half dollar. So I didn't even realize that I played it kind of poorly. I bought at 460 and I sold a little too early. Luckily I didn't get filled, but watch how it handles this half dollar pullback. So here's 54, watching 51, and we're in. We're already in. That's the signal. Where I stopped it right now is where we can click buy confidently. And if it let's say you click buy right here and then it falls under 50 cents, you just dump it because it's choppy. That's the general rule. It's a potential reversal at the high, so you don't want to get caught. But in this situation, after you click buy here, you expect it to start pulling away. So here's 56, 58, 60. I'm in late. I think it's because I just sold and I wasn't fully focused. But this sell was luckily a gift from God that I didn't get filled there. It was a pointless sell. It makes no sense. There's no strategy behind clicking sell that early. Um, I mean, there is, I guess, if you want to lock up 10 cents or whatever, but you should be looking for more on a stock making a move like this. It's up 100% at this point. Um, so, yep, that's the breakout trade. It doesn't end up breaking over 5 anymore, and it kind of fails from here. Ross continues to trade it, but I did not trade it at this point. I locked up a pretty nice day at this point, about a 11% gain on the account today, so hopefully that continues.